6 top officials from the FBI, all possessing direct and intimate knowledge of the JFK assassination investigation, died within a mathematically impossible 6-month window. The catalyst for this sudden purge traces back to 1977. The House Select Committee on Assassinations was preparing to reopen the JFK case, armed with subpoena power to force these insiders to testify on the record before a national audience. These men held the highest levels of technical expertise within the Bureau. The list included James Cadigan, a document expert, Donald Kaylor, the fingerprint expert who examined the prints found at the assassination scene, and J.M. English, the head of the FBI forensics laboratory where Oswald's rifle was tested. This timeline maps a cluster of deaths officially attributed to sudden heart attacks and accidental falls. However, the House committee found that the probability of all 6 key witnesses dying just as their testimonies were scheduled reached the level of a mathematical impossibility. This pattern suggests more than a statistical anomaly. It points to a coordinated, preemptive strike designed to leave the congressional committee without its most vital sources of evidence. To see how high the chain of command this purge reached, we have to look at the 1972 death of FBI Director J. Edgar Hoover. Hoover maintained absolute control over Washington for 48 years, using political blackmail to ensure that even presidents remained hesitant to cross him. On May 2, 1972, Hoover was found dead of hyperactive cardiovascular disease. Despite the director having no history of heart problems, the government performed no autopsy, leaving the official cause of death entirely unverified by forensic science. New evidence eventually emerged from Felipe de Diego, a Cuban exile involved in the Watergate burglaries. De Diego confessed to participating in 2 break-ins at Hoover's home to retrieve blackmail files, claiming the second mission involved more than just theft. De Diego claimed operatives placed a compound of the thiophosphate genre in Hoover's personal toiletries. Thiophosphate is a highly toxic organophosphate that induces immediate heart seizures. Its presence in a corpse is completely undetectable unless a specialized autopsy is performed. By bypassing a forensic examination for the nation's top law enforcement officer, the state allowed for a perfect murder. This established a lethal blueprint for the cover-ups that followed in 1977. Further down the chain of command was William Sullivan, the former head of domestic intelligence. Sullivan had clashed with Hoover and was just days away from delivering a scheduled testimony to Congress. The official record states that Sullivan was fatally shot near his New Hampshire home by a 22-year-old man who allegedly mistook the intelligence official for a deer. Sullivan was a veteran hunter who followed strict safety protocols and avoided areas frequented by amateurs. The idea that he would be the victim of a simple field error contradicted his entire history as an outdoorsman. Sullivan himself had already predicted this exact outcome. He told the journalist Robert Novak, "Someday you will read that I have been killed in an accident, but don't believe it. I've been murdered." Sullivan's foresight identifies the hunting accident as a specific operational tactic. His death removed a high-level liability just as he was prepared to speak to investigators. This pattern of silencing witnesses extended to the CIA's covert networks. George de Mohrenschildt was a sophisticated asset who acted as the primary handler for Lee Harvey Oswald during his time in Dallas. In 1977, de Mohrenschildt confessed to acting as a middleman in the JFK assassination plot. He was under subpoena, and a congressional investigator was literally on the way to his home to conduct an interview. He died of a shotgun blast the day before that interview could take place. Local authorities quickly ruled the death a suicide. Physical evidence on a surviving audio tape tells a different story. A recorder left running during his final moments captures ambient noise, a pause, and then the clear electronic beeps of a security door indicating an intruder. Seconds later, the shotgun fires. Attorney Mark Lane presented this audio proof of a home invasion to the district attorney. The DA refused to investigate, telling Lane the situation was bigger than all of them, and that they had to do what they had to do. The refusal of local law enforcement to acknowledge definitive audio proof of an intruder reveals a cover-up that was both systemic and legally impenetrable. The pattern is documented through unchecked poisonings, ignored audio evidence, and a sequence of deaths that defies mathematical probability. All indicators point to a coordinated institutional purge. By silencing these specific insiders, the perpetrators ensured that the ultimate truth regarding the JFK assassination remained buried with the witnesses. This concludes the 9th and final installment of our Silent Witnesses series on the Bookish Breakdown. If you found this journey valuable, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts on these deaths in the comments below. Until next time, keep reading, keep questioning, and keep breaking it all down.